feeling bloated? If so, today's video is for you. I'm sharing my top tips for fighting bloating immediately and then looking forward to the next day and what you can do now. Stay tuned till the end because I'm sharing a bonus tip with you to help with the following day. Welcome to Tailored Health. I'm Taylor Wessel, nutritionist, and every week I pop on here to share a tip, tool, or technique that will help you be your healthiest self. Today we're talking about bloating. That's one that everyone can relate to and nobody wants to experience, deal with. So what are a few things that you can do on a daily basis to help try to mitigate these symptoms, prevent them from happening, and nip it in the bud when they do happen? Number one is to cut back on simple carbohydrates and sugars. These feed bad gut bugs like candida, which can overgrow. It's part of the natural microbiome, but it can overgrow and lead to that bloating, fatigue, headaches, aches, pains, breakouts, so many different symptoms, hormonal imbalance. So I urge you to cut back on simple carbohydrates like bread, pasta, cereal, and then also the obvious sugar sources, even fruit. So I recommend no more than 2 servings of fruit a day. That usually helps people because those sugars feeding those bad gut bugs lead to this bloating and gas formation within the stomach. Next is to drink water away from meals. I know this might seem counterintuitive because a lot of dietitians will tell you to drink a big glass of water right before you start eating to help regulate the amount of food that you're eating. But I say check yourself with this one. Drink water 30 to 60 minutes before or after meals. And if you have to drink a little bit with a meal to kind of gulp something down, wash it down, clear your throat, that's fine, but little teeny sips, not chugging down a big glass of water, and especially not ice water. What happens here is that when you're drinking a lot of fluids with your meal, you're washing away a lot of that hydrochloric acid and natural enzymes that are in your stomach that help to break down your foods. Drink outside of meals. Next is to take digestive enzymes with meals. If you feel like you are digestively impaired, maybe you experience a lot of bloating and gas, you're having a lot of water retention, maybe acid reflux and heartburn, constipation, diarrhea, digestive enzymes are a lifesaver. So you will take these right before or at the start of a meal. And this assists your body in just breaking down the food that you're eating. Extremely, extremely helpful. Next is to chew your food completely before swallowing. I recommend a good 20 to 30 chews before you swallow. And who is really doing this besides me? If anybody's eaten with me, you know I take my time. The reason for this is because digestion starts in your mouth, especially with simple sugars and starches. Remember, your stomach doesn't have teeth, so it's relying on the mastication, the chewing within your mouth to break that food stuff down into what they call chyme, which is just a little bolus of food so that it can quickly and easily get down into the stomach, and the stomach doesn't have to do so much work before sending it off to the small intestine, large intestine, absorbing the nutrients, and then moving the waste out of the body. Chew your food completely before swallowing. Food combining. Has anybody heard of this? This is a hard one. I admit I do not do this very well, but I do find at times that I am super bloated or with clients that can't break through this bloating cycle that it can be extremely helpful. What this entails is to eat fruit, especially away from animal protein. So forget that Waldorf salad with, I believe it's grapes and chicken and celery. That's like a gut bomb for you. Or having apple slices with turkey. You get the drift. Eating Fruit either on an empty stomach, 30 minutes before a meal is preferred, or eating it with like a nut butter, nuts and seeds rather than that animal protein. And the reason is because those simple sugars will digest first and very quickly. So when you're having that apple, it digests right away, but you're also having turkey slices with it, which take quite a while to break down within the stomach. So your body processes those simple sugars, breaks them down, uses them for fuel, and then that protein sits in your stomach undigested, and it starts to ferment, rot and ferment, and the stinky gases start to come back up, and that's what leads to this acid reflux, heartburn, bloating, and gas. Ugh. So fruits, empty stomach, or with a fat such as nut butter, nuts, and seeds. Protein, animal protein, is best paired with low starch vegetables such as dark leafy greens, asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, maybe zucchini or summer squash, rather than pairing them with a potato or a starch like rice, quinoa, any kind of your grains. A sandwich is a total gut bomb. I've gotten so many clients off of this lunch, the easy go-to lunch, which is a sandwich. If you think about it, you're having the starches of the bread, then you're having the protein, which is usually the turkey or the tuna salad, chicken, and then you're having the fat, which is the mayo or the avocado, whatever the schmear is. And this is requiring all sorts of different digestive enzymes. You will be bloated, fatigued, gassy after eating that kind of a meal. So try to do food combining right. I can make a separate video on this. If you're interested, comment below. Let me know that you want to know more about food combining, and I can get into more depth with it in the future. And the last one is your little bonus tip, and that's to set you up for a better next day. Thinking always ahead to tomorrow when you're making your choices today. And that is to stop eating at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed at night. This is so helpful for sleep because when your body's in digestion mode, you're not in sleep mode. So you allow yourself to fully process the foods, bring them through your system so that your body can then go into that rest, restore, and repair mode of sleep. And you don't wake up feeling heavy and tired because your body was going through all this digestion overnight. So there you have it, the top 5 tips for helping you to beat the bloating. As a recap, that's to lower the amount of sugars that you're intaking in your diet, to drink water outside of your meals, to take digestive enzymes, chew your food completely before swallowing, practice good food combining, and then to stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. I really hope this helps you. If you liked it, give it a like, share it with somebody who could use the help, and subscribe to my channel. Every week I'm sharing something like this, a tip, tool, or technique that will just help you do that little bit better, to feel better, wake up with more energy, and just take a hold of this beautiful life that you were given because you just feel more present. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.